Welcome back, YouTube pipe smokers. Mutton Chop Piper here. Well, I'm here at Robusto and Briar in Cleveland, near Cleveland.
Yep.
And we're talking with the manager of the pipe store here, Bob. And we're going to ask him some questions. So, first of all, I know that you and the owner are quite close. Can you give me some information about how the owner decided to open the store?
Absolutely. So the owner, Patrick, great guy, super respectable, just a blast to work for.
Yeah.
He worked for a cigar / pipe store. I want to say it was Wisconsin or Minnesota, one of those two states. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
At the time, it was called Golden Leaf, and he worked there for quite a few years. And that's where he really discovered his love for this industry. And he decided at some point when he left there, he's like, I want to start my own place. Did some market research and discovered that the Cleveland area just really didn't have a premier boutique cigar shop, and that's what he was going for at first. And he opened up the place and was able to slowly build into the pipe community here in Cleveland, because we also, unless you're driving an hour and a half away, you don't really have a great quality tobacco shop for the pipe smoker.
Right.
And it just kind of grew. We developed a community around it. I would say probably a couple times a month we get 2 to 3 guys that'll just come in here, come get their tobaccos, sit down, have great conversation for a few hours, and just smoke a pipe. And it's one of the few places I've been to where the cigar smokers and the pipe smokers get along.
That's good.
And I think that's the community we've developed here at this store.
That's good.
And yeah, we're real key on if you are out of hand, we'll kind of pull you aside and say something.
Yeah.
We're not going to straight up kick you out.
Right.
Because we have respect for our customers.
Right.
And we can only hope that our customers have the respect for us.
And since we've been here, I've seen nothing less than that. It's, I've seen a group of pipe smokers and cigar smokers commingling, having a great time together.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, like we have our dedicated cigar smokers, we have our dedicated pipe smokers, and they're always asking each other questions like, hey, what do you like about this? And why a pipe over a cigar, or why a cigar over a pipe?
Right.
And the conversation that happens is just like, I've rarely seen it. And it's in stores that get that base of a community where, occasionally you'll have that bad apple.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, we don't even have to handle it as workers here. It's kind of like
other people handle it for you.
Yeah, they'll be like, hey man, come on.
Yeah.
Respect.
That's right. Okay, so how long has this store been here?
So we've been here 7 years. We're coming up actually on our 8-year anniversary.
Okay.
I want to say it's either June or July. The joke was when Patrick started this, I wasn't technically in the industry yet because I was still on my other career path that I had for 15 years.
Right.
But talking to all the reps and stuff like that, getting to know them, they all tell me stories about Patrick, and every single rep that I had talked to about this said that he was the only one that had a legitimate shot at opening a brand new shop, because he understood the business like no one else.
Wow.
And that's saying a lot,
Yeah.
because reps will open up a shop anywhere. They'll sell anybody a cigar.
Yeah.
But the fact that they trusted him to survive, especially in this industry where we're being attacked from every side, it's really tough. Having to keep up with all the regulations, all the different tax codes, having to deal with people who don't quite understand what it is. That's another really tough thing, is like when people don't understand what this is about. It's not necessarily, oh, you're a smoker. No, it's a community.
Right.
It's almost like a social club. whether you're in a social club of 1 or you're in a social club of 20.
That's right.
It's a social club.
It is. It is, and it's.
Yeah.
I think it's a social club where you have a lot of like-minded people who enjoy the same activity. And
Yeah.
can get along because
Absolutely.
that activity is central to what they do.
Yeah. One of the things I'll also say is it's not always just like-minded people. It's very opinionated.
Yeah.
This community is very opinionated.
Yep.
But when you sit down, those opinions go out the window.
That's right.
You may have a conversation about it, but no one's ever got. I can't remember a extremely heated conversation about something. They may disagree, but they'll call each other what names or whatever, but they just kind of sit back and go, that was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Okay, so being here for 7 years now, how long have you actually been here?
so I want to say I've been here almost 8 months now. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like I started working here kind of by accident, and I just haven't left.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of like
kinda cool.
it was like that square peg that fit in the round hole. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
me coming in here.
Oh, cool.
One of the other employees who, we all love. Yeah, he's no longer working with us because he got promotion at his other job. But it was back when he first got this other job, doing teaching. He was like he couldn't work the same amount of hours that he was working here.
Right.
He kind of did everything that I'm doing now is what he was doing. So I came in, started working part-time here and there. Honestly, Patrick was surprised that I wanted to work here because I live so far away. But it's like, I don't have a shop like this near me. I really love the industry.
Yeah.
I want to learn from who I believe is in this area where I can get a job, is the guy who knows the most about the industry.
Yeah.
Just by being a customer here for so many years, because I've been a customer for almost the entire time he's been here.
Oh, okay.
I think there's the first 6 months was, I just didn't know about it yet.
Right.
And then once I found out about it, it was like I came here all the time when I get my cigars and everything like that. So as a customer coming into then working here, it was kind of a weird transition, but it went super smooth. I started figuring out, the methodology of why he does what he does, and it makes a lot of sense because I come from an understanding of business, not necessarily running too many businesses myself, but I understand the aspect of what he's trying to do, and you have to hit certain goals to make this a place that can stay around for the people that need it, or want it, not just need it. So it's kind of an interesting transition, but then shortly after, I would say probably about 2 or 3 months after working here, he offered me the position of manager, and I was like, absolutely. I'd love to be your right-hand man in this, and getting the more responsibility, like I'm in charge of scheduling now. It took a lot of pressure off of Patrick and allowed him to do more of the stuff of what he was looking to get out of the business when he first started the business.
Right.
So, he's a little less stressed out. I won't say a lot less stressed out.
Yeah.
It's the tobacco industry. Even I'm stressed out a lot of times.
That's right.
Because I get customers asking for stuff, and then you tell them, well, it's not available because production or crops didn't come in. It's really hard to explain to them. You can't always get what you want.
That's right.
There's those consistent blends that are out there all the time.
Yeah.
But those are from the bigger companies who can afford to buy massive inventories to get them through a shortage onto the next crop where it's not a shortage.
And then the smaller ones can't always do that.
Yeah, it's not that they can't always do it, they can't always afford to do it. They always have that opportunity to do it if they really wanted to, but it's that, the boutique part of it.
Right.
Whereas we like being a boutique company here, so we love trying to get that small batch stuff in.
Right. So let me ask, can you give us a rundown of the pipes, the companies that you work with that supply the pipes, and what brands of pipes you sell here?
Yeah, so we mostly stock Peterson, Savinelli, and Rossi.
Okay.
They're the easiest ones for us to get, if they have a very wide selection. Those three companies have a pretty big catalog.
Yeah.
So it caters to the bulk of the community. Yeah, some things are hard to get, certain designs, certain finishes, things like that. We'll also deal with Chacombe pipes, Sergicapi. We have a few Sergicapis.
Yeah.
We love getting estate pipes in, having the opportunity to restore them.
Oh, yeah.
Basically breathe new life into a classic.
That's right.
And it also is in a very affordable way for a new pipe smoker to get into the hobby.
Perfect, yeah.
With a beautiful pipe at a great price.
That's right.
Because you can get some of those like crazy one-offs
That's
that
right.
people do for like half the price of what it would be if you were to go to even a pipe show.
Yeah.
So
The tobaccos that you offer, are they popular blends? Do you have popular blends plus blends that sometimes people hadn't heard of? What kind of blends that you kind of supply here?
We've gotten to the point now where we like to, instead of staying in this straight and narrow, what does everybody smoke? We're going to stock that.
Yeah.
We like to be able to go like this. Hey, come on in. Join us in this party.
Right.
Our number one thing is education. If a new pipe smoker comes in, goes to buy a pipe, talks to me, sometimes it can come off as a little harsh, but I try to be honest with them. I said, it's going to be frustrating. I've never seen somebody pick up a pipe and get it right away. The quickest I've ever seen is about 3 months. But realistically, that first 3 to 6 months is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
There's nuances, there's a cadence, learning how to pack, learning how to light, learning how to even just take a simple puff of a pipe.
Right.
Very difficult. But once you get it, it's like an aha moment.
That's right.
And then I've got you hooked.
That's right.
It's my joke.
That's right.
And then also a lot of guys, they honestly don't know how to clean their pipes.
Yeah.
It's really shocking how many people who've been lifetime pipe smokers that I've seen come in and go, I'm having a heck of a time smoking this pipe. I'm just going to buy a new pipe. And then you look and it's like, you've never cleaned this thing. It's got a 64th of a draft hole.
That's right.
And it's like, come on, man. Let me show you how to clean it.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy a new pipe every 6 months.
Yeah.
If you want to, sure, come on, I'll sell you a pipe.
That's right.
But I'm not in here to spend your money.
That's right.
That's my number one thing. If you want to come in here and learn about a new blend, absolutely. There's blends that I still don't even know about up there because I love learning about it.
Yeah.
I may have been smoking a pipe for quite a few years now at this point, blending my own tobaccos. You had some today.
I did. It was
pretty
very good.
delicious.
Yes.
Smoking some vintage stuff, but I very much like the old standards. Get yourself some Peterson early morning, some nightcap.
Right.
Go with some of the Bengal slices, a little bit of Presbyterian.
Yeah.
And the nice part about it is I'm not dead set on a certain type. Like I'll smoke anything.
Yeah.
Almost to a detriment. Because it could be a little bit hard on the wallet sometimes.
That's right.
Especially when you're like, oh, that blend's coming out. I got to get some of that.
That's right.
And then you go, oh man, I like that Sakabe's limited edition that came in that wood box.
Oh yeah.
I bought 2 of those, not realizing how expensive it was going to be, and I went, ooh. Well. It's like,
that's right. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to get them in there.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to put one away, have one cracked open to smoke.
That's right.
That Uno that just came out.
Yeah.
That thing is delicious. I can't wait for the rest of that series to come out.
It is. I just tried it, and you
I
have
gave
a
you a
sample.
little bit of that.
I bought, like I said, 4 tins before I came out here, and I didn't get it before I got here, but I really enjoy it. I'm going to be able to go home and enjoy that.
Yeah, I think I told you when that came in, I bought 5 tins right away, and then smoked a tin in a day.
Yeah.
And I've never felt sicker and happier at the same time because that thing was so delicious. It's like that blend is I don't know if there's been anything like that before.
I don't know.
I've had raisin raisin flavors. I've had the apricot flavors, but never together.
Yeah,
it's really
combined
interesting.
very well. It's
Yeah.
very well mixed, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. So
Yeah, it's
Now-
dangerous because it's gonna be hard to get.
I know.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the shop. Now, we did a tour of the shop earlier, and the one thing that we noticed, and I wanted to find out from you if it was designed this way, is how it kind of feels old world. Like you kind of walk back into, to me, when I walk through, the way that it's set up, it's sort of set up like one of those old 1920s grocery store kind of things. You've got the old booth there, and then you've got the flooring the way it is, the couches and the chairs are leather, and it just feels really homey. Is that what you guys were going for?
Yeah, and actually, I saved this because I knew you'd kind of ask me a question about it.
Yeah.
If you notice all the cabinets that we have in here that you said make it feel like that old school, like drugstore
Yeah.
/ old school tobacco
Exactly
shop,
what it feels like. Yeah.
that's what they came out of.
Oh wow.
So they
Well, of course that's why it's
yeah,
that way.
yeah. So when he was looking at opening the shop, trying to figure out what he was going to do for a counter, what he was going to do for cabinets, he was searching around on Facebook Marketplace just to see, like, is there some old school cool cabinets that we could kind of like piece a bunch of them together and make something interesting out of.
Yeah.
There was I forget where he said he found it, but there was a shop that was going to be either demoed and turned into something, or the whole building was getting demoed, and they wanted somebody to try to save it. And it was, I can't remember if it was free or just like super cheap, but you had to go disassemble it and bring it.
Yeah.
And he saw it, and he just snapped on it, went and rented a truck, went down there, picked up a couple of friends, and just started disassembling and brought it all back. Luckily, like, if we ever go to do a redesign, we do have quite a bit more cabinetry that's all still in the pieces.
Oh, okay.
So, like, say we needed to expand something, add some cabinetry here, add some cabinetry there. I think the only thing we don't have are shelves, and the glass shelves and the glass doors.
Yeah.
But reasonably, we could have that made if we wanted to. There's a couple of good glass shops around it. If it comes down to it, we could.
Right.
But yeah, it very much came out of that. And then the owner, Patrick's, his mother is an interior designer, and when he told her what he was going after, she went out and hand selected all the pieces of furniture in here.
Wow.
The only change that we made, and it was for an ease of cleaning of the shop, was we chose to have glass pieces cut to the tops of most of the wooden furniture.
Yeah, good idea.
Because dust is our enemy here.
Yeah.
We're dealing with ash constantly.
Yep.
We have the air circulation. Well, what does that do? That kicks up all the dust.
That's right.
So, at least once a month, we're actually getting an air compressor out, blowing out the fans, blowing out all the grills for the air
Wow.
compressors and stuff, all the air systems and stuff like that, and doing a deep cleansing just to try to keep it cleanly in here. It's tough.
Well, I've noticed that it was a very clean shop when I walked in, and
I
it
felt
was,
like it was messy this morning.
well, I mean, it was, but you had an event the night before.
Yeah.
But still, and another thing I liked about it when I walked in is you guys kind of attacked it immediately. You were cleaning, you were
Oh, yeah.
you were emptying stuff and getting it ready for the next day.
Yeah,
so.
we very much here believe in hard hours.
Yeah.
So we open at a time, we close at a time.
Yeah.
If people in here at close, it's a bar mentality. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
That's right.
Because we have a very specific end-of-day procedure, which is to clean all the ashtrays. Now, granted, some days we let it go until the next morning.
Yep.
Because, like today, I'm here open to close, so
Yeah.
I'm here for a 14-hour day.
Right.
So I very much tend to leave the ashtrays and the tabletops till the morning, but I still dry mop.
Yeah.
I still take all the trash out in the evening. In the morning, we're here an hour before we open,
Right.
because our number one thing is clean floors, make sure everything's clean, go through, make sure the humidor is stocked properly
Right.
to what we can. Obviously, some things are out. Make sure the pipe tobaccos are stocked. I'm going to have a fun time with that tomorrow, because you guys really did a number on the bulk stuff today. So, I'm probably going to have to spend a couple hours during the day tomorrow
Filling things
restocking
up.
all the bulk
Yeah.
tobaccos and things like that. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a great problem to have.
It is.
So,
Well, I tell you what, I've had probably the greatest time in the longest time. Everyone that came in, they were so nice, and we had a lot of great conversation. When they asked questions, I was able to answer. They were having trouble, and this was just such a laid back, such a enjoyable atmosphere, and I really appreciate you guys letting us come up and enjoy the day. And
I really appreciate you coming, because I've been watching you for years.
Yeah.
In that gap, I was really worried something happened to you, and then you come on and let us know what was going on, and I appreciate that, letting us know what was happening, because it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very respectable.
Well, it's I want people to know what's going on, and I know people care about me, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was let them know what's going on, and most people were like, yeah, we completely understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So again, I appreciate you letting us come out and getting some people together. If you're in the Cleveland area, please come and visit. You will not regret it. This is a wonderful place. They've got great tobaccos, great pipes, and you will not regret coming here. It is just such a lovely place. Until my next video, I want to wish you and your family happy piping.